Okay, guys, have you heard of the Madeline Soto case? I had heard of it, but I hadn't really gotten into it. And I thought, you know what? It's a Florida case. Well, I don't know if I took your crown or not. I tweaked it so that if you can at least do some emojis. I don't know. We'll see. I might have swooped it right off your head. I don't know. But we'll see because I have figured it out. Amy on the case. I knew I had clicked a button somewhere out there. Hold on a second. Okay, so the Madeline Soto case, it's a Florida case, and I'm really interested in Florida cases. And so I wanted to kind of look at it with fresh eyes because I'd heard of the case, but I've never really dug into it. I just know that a little girl named Madeline, 13 years old, was unalived in Florida. So, but let's get into this and let's get going. Let me get my screen together. And we can get going. Okay, so I thought it would be interesting if we went back to how the search for Madeline Soto began. And for those that don't know, I pretty much read what the case is about in the intro. She's 13 years old. She went missing in Florida. The last person to see her was her. Sometimes he's called her stepdad. Sometimes he's called. I'm kind of paranoid about the mic, so I feel like I need to watch it, be on the screen and watch it. Hold on a second. I need to take a drink of water. So she went missing. He was the last one to see her, Stephen Stearns. He said he dropped her off at school. And when the mom went to get her, she never was there. And so he was arrested because on his phone, they had found child rape kind of stuff. And then when they found her body, he was arrested for her unaliving, and we're waiting on the trial. But this is the beginning of the case.
Hello, Orange County Sheriff's Office.
Deputies go door to door in search of missing 13-year-old Madeline Soto.
Hi, have you seen this child? No.
She's been missing yesterday since 8:30 a.m. in the morning.
I have not seen her.
Less than a week later, authorities found Soto's body in these woods just outside St. Cloud. Investigators say the 13-year-old had been sexually molested and then strangled to death by her mother's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns. In this video series, we'll show you how law enforcement investigated the teenager's disappearance, and you'll see what prosecutors are doing to seek justice for Madeline.
Power on. Police, fire, or medical?
Police possibly reporting a missing child.
On February 26, deputies were called to this office near Soto's school, where a relative happens to work.
Hey there.
Hey there. What's going on?
So my daughter was dropped off close to school this morning, but never made it.
Here, they met Soto's mother, Jennifer, and Jennifer's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns.
Didn't make it to school.
Didn't make it to school. I went to pick her up from school today, and she never came out. I got an email from the school saying she was absent, but I also messaged her teacher, and he looked at her entire attendance today and saw that she was completely not at school today either.
Okay.
So she never made it.
The couple told deputies what Madeline had been wearing.
Green hoodie,
Green hoodie.
white Crocs,
White Crocs.
either blue or black pants.
I think black shorts.
Black shorts.
Yeah.
Black shorts. Okay.
When was the last time you seen her? Do you know what time?
Around 8:30, 8:40 when we dropped her off.
Although you heard Stearns say we dropped her off, he and Jennifer Soto later told investigators that Stearns was by himself when he brought Madeline to school. Stearns says the 13-year-old was embarrassed of his car and wanted to be dropped off right here, a few blocks away from Hunters Creek Middle School and right across the street from a church.
So it's like around where these communities were.
Okay.
And it's just like in this stretch.
That night, Stearns showed deputies the spot where he says Madeline got out of his car, a silver Lincoln MKZ.
When I left her, she was on the other side of the street, rummaging through her backpack and just kind of moving towards the school area. So it looked normal.
It's going to be hard to tell whether she went left or right.
A sheriff's K9 was brought out and given some of Madeline's clothing to sniff in hopes of tracking where she might have gone.
I don't know if she was trying to walk back home on her own or she was trying to go to her friend's house.
But after 15 minutes of searching, the K9 was unable to pick up Madeline's scent.
So weird. I'm gonna find people, bro. It's your job. It's literally your only job. Finding people.
At the nearby church, a deputy viewed surveillance video that showed a girl being dropped off that morning.
Wait, there is a person getting out of the car.
Due to privacy laws, authorities have put a black box over the computer monitor so we cannot see the video ourselves. But detectives later showed it to Madeline's mother, Jennifer Soto.
I mean, the quality's terrible.
She could not say whether the video showed her daughter or Stearns' silver Lincoln.
It's absolutely shocking how calm she is. She's just so calm. I mean, I guess we all react to things, and this is just my first reactions. I purposely didn't watch hardly anything about this case, but my first reaction is how is this mom so calm? I know we all react differently to things, but she's so freaking calm. And I think you can still Zelgo. I didn't like turn it off. Like I just made it so that it's not so intense because I was noticing that it was happening every other time Giselle posted a comment. So I think I made it so it just wasn't so intense because it was happening so much for her. For those that don't know, it's something that Giselle, who is our dragonfly of the week or of the month. Sorry, my brain is acting up today. But anyway, she's dragonfly of the month, and she's also our Zelgo queen. And I was just trying to adjust it so that the crown wasn't so intense.
Does that look familiar at all?
No.
You don't know that anywhere?
I don't know that.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Detectives questioned Madeline's friends at Hunters Creek Middle School.
She had never told me about anything about her running away other than her saying if she were to run away, she'd go into the woods.
But they did not know where the 13-year-old might be.
What can I do for you?
We're here regarding a missing juvenile. She's been missing since a missing juvenile.
Deputies canvassing nearby neighborhoods could not find any witnesses.
Hello, have you seen this girl?
No.
Madeline celebrated her 13th birthday with relatives the night before she vanished. Her mom, Jennifer, was at work and did not attend the party, but says she caught up with Madeline at the condo they shared with Stearns.
So you last saw her Sunday night about what time?
I would say 11 p.m. before she went to bed.
And you were here at home? Gotcha. And where did she go to bed? Was she in her room, your room, or something else?
We were all going to sleep together in the same bed, but I needed some good sleep. I got a new job recently. I haven't been well rested. I needed some sleep. So I asked, hey, can you guys go to the guest bedroom upstairs?
These crime scene photos show that guest bedroom, which has one bed in the corner and locks on the door. Stearns told police he and Madeline went to sleep here and then got up early the next morning for school.
Woke up around 7:15, somewhere around there, which is an early start for us. But
what? He was sleeping in the same bed as her? Did I hear that right? She said, hey, guys, Can you guys go upstairs? And she just was turning 13. What? Did she have her own bedroom, or did she have to share her bed with her mom and him? Ah, that makes
We had talked about getting McDonald's breakfast beforehand, so we wanted to make good time. We did make good time. We got out the door maybe 7:30, 7:45-ish, maybe. Got over to that area. She was asleep in the car most of the time, just snoozing until we got there.
When they got to this McDonald's, Stearns told detectives that Madeline was no longer hungry. So he says he continued down the road to Hunters Creek Middle School, about a mile away from here. After dropping Madeline off at school, Stearns says he went to a vape shop across town and then back to the condo. Next on Justice for Madeline, we'll take you room by room.
Okay, so I'm sure his story still is that he dropped Maddie off. I don't know. Has he changed his story? Is he still talking now that he is in prison or in jail awaiting his trial date? So wow. Wow, I'm only laughing because that's a lot. And the mom is so calm. The mom is just so calm about all of this. And why is she sleeping? Why is Maddie sleeping? This poor girl. I did in some of the pre-stuff that I did, I did scan stuff, and it said that she wanted to run away and live in the woods. I mean, no wonder she wanted to run away and live in the woods. She was being forced to sleep with her mom's boyfriend or husband. What? Let's see what you guys are saying. Her mom allowed her to sleep with them in bed and admitted he SA'd her. She said that in the interrogation footage. But why? Why did she admit that? And what context did she admit that? Hey, okay, Oliver, there's a stars button that you press, and that's how you do it. We're coming to everybody today on different platforms. Today, we are coming to you over on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Hi, everyone. And let's just take a moment to make sure to give this a thumbs up and subscribe. Helps us dance out into the algorithm, party out there, bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help us out. And it's really, really appreciated. She admitted to the police. Wow. Hate Cat's life. Oh, okay. I'll fix it so the Zalgos are back. I thought I was just turning down the volume a little bit, but I think I turned it off all the way. But at least we know what it is, right? What else are you guys saying? There was a room in that house with all kinds of things in it. I won't put on here. They found that aren't appropriate. Oh, a room, and not just on his phone, huh? Oh, gosh. Lucia, they was not married to that creep. He wasn't married. They weren't married. Ugh. Oh, I hope your dad gets better, Cat's life. I know. What mother sends her daughter to go sleep with her husband or boyfriend or whatever? Who says go sleep? Would you guys go sleep upstairs? Knowing that her daughter had already been SA'd by him. Who stays with anybody that does that to their daughter. Who stays with somebody that abuses their daughter in any way, ever? It's a good question I'd like to ask my mom. Who does that? But a lot of moms do it, so. Okay, let's get back into it and keep going. Oops, not that one. This one.
Her mom, Jennifer Soto, and Jennifer's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns, found themselves temporarily homeless. Deputies had sealed off the Kissimmee condo where they lived so investigators could photograph the potential crime scene. Detectives had also just seized Stearns' cell phone and his car, a silver Lincoln MKZ. Early that morning, the couple, along with Stephen Stearns' father, checked into this hotel near Disney. All three went to bed.
Hold on, I need to read this. So we are going to get into the interrogations, but not tonight. There's just so much that I'm behind in this case that I almost didn't do this tonight because I feel like so behind, and it was really hard to get to the beginning of the case. But I think I've done it. I think I've gotten us to the beginning, and then now after tonight we can go into the interrogations. But Pauline says the officer who interrogated told her she was a POS for allowing her in the bed and knew he was SAing her. The cop was PISSED, and she just shrugged her shoulders. I believe it, the way she's reacting to calling and saying that her daughter is missing. She hasn't been arrested, but is she in on it?
According to investigators, Stearns snuck out of the hotel and went on a mysterious mission. Detectives wanted to know where he went as they tried to seek justice for Madeline.
At this point, I don't know.
You're listening to the voice of Christopher Stearns, the father of Stephen Stearns.
What time did you get here last night? 3 a.m. 3 a.m.
Christopher Stearns says that he, his son, and Jennifer Soto arrived at the Town Place Suites at Flamingo Crossings and checked in to 2 separate hotel rooms.
I brought my stuff up, went over and said goodnight, and then hit the sack.
About 2 hours later, at 4:42 in the morning, surveillance cameras captured Stephen Stearns leaving the hotel through the main entrance. Investigators believe he then climbed into Jennifer Soto's white Nissan Sentra and drove for more than 2 hours to the town of Northport, which is located between Sarasota and Fort Myers. Stearns has occasionally lived in Northport at his parents' home.
He waited until she got up, went to sleep, and snuck out. Not long after we all said goodnight.
Christopher Stearns told detectives he had no idea why his son would drive to Northport in the middle of the night while authorities were still searching for Madeline.
I don't know whether to say I'm flabbergasted or impressed at Stephen's endeavors. Well, he was, as far as I knew, he was going to pass out at 3 a.m. Yeah. It didn't take me long to crash and burn. And then to find out that he made this round trip to Northport.
Originally.
So he made that they were homeless at this point, and they all check into this hotel, and he makes this huge and it's Stephen, sorry, I think I called him Steven. It's Stephen makes this trip to his hometown there and back, and the dad's like, yeah, I'm impressed. We were all pretty tired. I can't believe he did that. Jeez.
Police thought Stearns could have stopped by this storage facility in Northport where his dad rents a unit. At the time, detectives believed the teen may be deceased and her body might be located in the storage unit. But when investigators searched the facility, nothing was found.
Why would he spend nearly 6 hours driving round trip to go to Northport to the storage unit?
Detectives think Stearns traveled to his parents' house that morning where his mother, Deborah, was home alone. She told police she never saw her son.
You know what stopped him from getting in the house?
He didn't have a garage door opener.
While searching her son's bedroom here, Deborah Stearns told detectives she found a torso of a sex doll. According to investigators, she initially believed it to be real, prompting Stearns' mother to run outside and begin calling out Madeline's name. But police found...
How crazy is that? Okay. He can't get into the house, but she goes in to search the house of his room. Is by the way, really kind of strange that this adult man has a bedroom in his parents' house. There's a lot of strangeness anyway, in my opinion. But she finds a torso of a sex doll, thinks it's the torso of the 13-year-old, and goes outside and starts screaming. This Florida. It's Florida. This is Florida.
No signs of the missing teen in Northport.
I don't know where he got the effing energy, but you're telling me he was down there at 7:45.
Still behind the wheel of his girlfriend's car, detectives say cameras captured video of Stearns heading towards the interstate and beginning the nearly 150-mile drive back to the Orlando area. When Stearns returned to the hotel at 10:55 a.m., he reportedly told his dad he'd gone out for a drive and gotten lost.
He spent a lifetime lying to us. Okay. And it's just never gotten better. And he fed me some the other day. And before I left the house the other night, I turned to my wife and I said, "Do we really know Stefan? Can we honestly?"
I do have a question. Has it been figured out what he was doing, why he drove that long trip? Was her body found anywhere in that trip along the way? Because we're building up to her body being found, because she went missing in February and she wasn't found until March. So,
say we really know.
While detectives were interviewing Christopher Stearns, deputies took his son into custody on child sex charges. Investigators say they found images on Stearns' Google account that showed him molesting Madeline.
Your son has been arrested for sexual battery.
But
Your son was arrested for sexual battery.
Detectives now believe Stearns gained access to a computer device while in Northport and tried logging into his Google account using his parents' Wi-Fi to delete the images and videos of his sexually abusing Madeline, but was unsuccessful. While investigating Stearns' Google account, detectives say they found evidence that someone did multiple searches for sevoflurane, an anesthetic that can put patients to sleep before surgery and can cause hypnosis and amnesia. Someone apparently wanted to know whether sevoflurane will show up in a drug test. Those Google searches were conducted less than 2 weeks before Madeline vanished.
The impression is that he loves out of her, and he was very upset Monday when he was talking to me. He was sobbing and blaming himself for her disappearance.
Weeks after his son's arrest, while Christopher Stearns was cleaning out his storage unit in Northport, he told authorities he found a box of his son's belongings that included 2 USB drives. Detectives say one of those USB drives contained over 35,000 images of child pornography. None of the images were Madeline, according to police. Stephen Stearns was arrested for sexual battery 2 days after Madeline had been reported missing. Although investigators believe the 13-year-old was dead, they did not know where her body was hidden. Next on Just...
Okay, so he must have put the USB in the storage. That's what he was doing. We're going to take a closer look at Madeline Soto's home and what the investigators found in the home. So, Laura Lynn, you're here with me, just kind of figuring this new case out. It's very shocking. I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked. But I am shocked at the same time. I feel like nothing really shocks me anymore, but I'm still shocked that the mom slept. They all slept in the same bed, and she knew. Oh man, Anyway, this is the closer look at Madeline Soto's house and what the investigators found in the home. So while they were in a hotel, this is what they found.
13-year-old Madeline Soto lived in this condominium with her mom, Jennifer.
Hey, man.
Her mom's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns, occasionally stayed here too. These photographs taken by crime scene investigators show the place where prosecutors say Stearns sexually molested the teen and then murdered her.
Very loving. Very loving. This girl knows nothing but love here in this house. She hardly ever hears the word no. Double-edged sword that is.
The condo here at Venetian Bay Villages in Kissimmee is owned by Madeline Soto's grandfather. Court records indicate he rented out rooms in his condo to Madeline's mother, as well as at least 2 other tenants. Prosecutors believe evidence found inside that condo will help them bring justice for Madeline. When you enter the condo, the kitchen is on the left. On the right is the living room. In the living room, behind that divider wall, was Madeline's makeshift bedroom, which had a desk, a dresser, and a TV. Although there's also a bed.
So her bedroom was in the living room, but yet they had a guest room. That makes absolutely no sense.
Jennifer Soto told detectives her daughter would not spend the night here.
She'll hang out there during the day, but she never sleeps there. She always sleeps with me, and then the rare occasion upstairs. But most of the time it's with me.
This is Jennifer Soto's bedroom, located on the first floor. Jennifer Soto told detectives she often shared the room with her daughter and her boyfriend.
A lot of times we will sleep together in the king-size bed, all 3 of us.
But Jennifer Soto says she would occasionally send her daughter upstairs to sleep in a guest bedroom with Stearns. That room has 1 bed in the corner and locks on the door. This is where Stearns reportedly spent the night with Madeline just before she was reported missing.
Is it normal for both of them to sleep in the same room? Sometimes. When I really need a good night's sleep, I will send them upstairs.
2 additional bedrooms rented out by other tenants are also upstairs. Detectives say they found nude photographs of one of those tenants on Stearns' cell phone. According to investigators, Stearns had placed his phone under the tenant's door, similar to this, and snapped images of the naked woman in her bedroom. Detectives say Stearns' phone also contained images of him sexually molesting Madeline. According to authorities, bedding from Madeline's makeshift room downstairs can be seen in the background of those molestation videos. No. Detectives say this pair of men's boxer shorts found in a laundry basket in Madeline's room also appear in the sex abuse images. Crime scene investigators collected this notebook, which has sexually explicit drawings that are sketched on the same paper.
Okay, so we're not going to watch too much more. We're not going to watch more of this. So as we're gathering, there was stuff happening to poor Madeline. And they did find in the notebook that she said that when she turns 13, she was going to go live out in the woods. So, I mean, she would have rather had plans to live out in the woods than to deal with what was going on in that house. I'm just like amazed, but I'm not amazed at the same time. So let's keep going and move on to the evidence against Madeline Soto's accused killer, which is Stephen.
A police canine trained to detect the scent of dead bodies checks out a silver Lincoln MKZ belonging to Stephen Stearns, the last person to see 13-year-old Madeline Soto alive. The dog does not appear to notice anything unusual. The canine handler then brings the dog over to a white Nissan Sentra belonging to Soto's mother, Jennifer. According to investigators, the canine alerted to possible human remains near the rear passenger wheel well. Earlier that day, authorities arrested Stearns for sexually molesting Madeline. At that point, investigators believed she was likely dead, but they did not know where her body might be. So detectives used license plate readers, surveillance cameras, and other investigative tools trying to bring justice for Madeline.
What was she last seen wearing?
Green hoodie.
Green hoodie.
White Crocs.
White Crocs.
Stearns told investigators he and Madeline woke up in their Kissimmee condominium early that morning, climbed into his silver Lincoln, and headed off to school.
We made such good time. We were so impressed. We made such good time getting out the door. We were probably out by 7:30, 7:45.
But at that very same time, 7:30, detectives say surveillance cameras at the Venetian Bay Village's condo complex captured video of Stearns putting trash into a dumpster. Deputies later followed this trash collection truck to a sorting facility. In the trash, deputies say they found Madeline's backpack, her school laptop computer, and one white Croc. According to investigators, a matching white Croc was located in the bedroom of Madeline's mother.
She was asleep in the car most of the time, just snoozing until we got there.
Stearns told detectives that Madeline was not awake during much of the drive from the condo to Hunters Creek Middle School, located about 6 miles away.
Do you remember what time you dropped her off?
I estimated it to be sometime between 8:20, 8:40.
But at about that very same time, 8:19 a.m., detectives say surveillance video shows Stearns and Madeline returning to the condominium complex through this security gate. The female appeared to be completely slumped over and with her mouth ajar, investigators wrote. They believe she was dead.
I talked to him. He showed me his little clicker. And he's like, hey man, I'm clicking, it's not working.
This security guard says he opened the gate to allow Stearns back in.
Just remember there was a woman like sleeping beside her with a green shirt.
Did you see her move at all?
No.
Okay, she was just still.
Stearns never mentioned that he returned here to the condo until detectives confronted him about it. His explanation contradicted that security guard who says Stearns had a gate clicker.
I had forgotten something. I had forgotten my gate clicker. I'm sorry. I forgot. I had gone back to the house real quick after we left because I forgot my gate clicker.
Did she go inside with you?
No, she was in the car still. She was asleep.
Where in the car?
Passenger side.
Stearns told investigators he left the condo
so he's
again and
changing it, saying that he went back to he forgot his gate clicker and had to be let in. But why did he go back to the condo to start with?
Took Madeline to school, but instead it appears he came to this area around SeaWorld, miles away from her school. At 9:02 a.m., investigators say those traffic cameras up there captured video of Stearns driving through this intersection with Madeline's lifeless body. At 9:35 a.m., cameras at an Orlando office building reportedly show the silver Lincoln entering this parking garage. According to a report, Stearns can be seen moving Madeline's body from the passenger seat to the trunk of his car, which was filled with other belongings. At 10:14 a.m., cameras captured the Lincoln returning to the condo again. Detectives asked Stearns why it took him nearly 2 hours to get back from Madeline's school.
Can't explain it. I wasn't going anywhere in particular. I wasn't doing anything in particular.
At 12:19 p.m., security video reportedly shows the silver Lincoln leaving the condo once more. Using images of the car from license plate readers and traffic cameras, investigators say they can prove the vehicle traveled east from Kissimmee along US 192 towards St. Cloud. According to detectives, the last documented sighting of the Lincoln was near Hickory Tree Road, where it turned south off 192. That just happens to be about 9 miles from the spot where investigators would later find Madeline's body.
I had a couple errands to run over on 192.
While driving to some stores in Kissimmee, Stearns says he got a flat tire, but he could not tell detectives exactly where he stopped to put on the spare.
I'm so sorry, I'm drawing a blank as any specific businesses or names.
These police photos show the rubber tire was completely shredded off the wheel. While changing the tire, Stearns says he injured his hand. That tire change delayed Stearns from returning home, he says, so he could not pick up Madeline after school. Instead, Jennifer Soto headed out alone to get her daughter.
Well, I went to pick her up from school today, and she never came out.
Jennifer Soto reported her daughter's disappearance to law enforcement that evening, launching the missing child investigation. She and her boyfriend then returned home, but Stearns reportedly did not stick around.
Stefan went out sometime in the middle of the night and went searching, cruising around to see if he could figure out where she might be.
What car was he driving?
My car.
Detectives say they have images showing Jennifer Soto's white Nissan leaving the condo around 3 a.m. and then taking the exact same journey towards St. Cloud that Stearns reportedly made hours earlier. A police canine indicated the Nissan may have come in contact with a dead body at some point. Stearns denied knowing anything about a late-night trip in this car.
I don't recall us going anywhere last night, but honestly, at that point, my brain was mush and I was on so many tranquilizers.
4 days after Madeline's disappearance, Kissimmee police asked the community for help pinpointing where Stearns may have changed the tire of his silver Lincoln.
If anyone saw this vehicle or noticed anything suspicious, we're asking that they call Crime Line.
Hours after that news conference, a witness came forward claiming he saw a man who resembled Stearns changing a tire right here on Hickory Tree Road. Just a few feet from here, over that fence, and in those trees back there, investigators found the body of 13-year-old Madeline Soto. The medical examiner determined she had been strangled to death.
Stephen Stearns has been indicted by the grand jury on first-degree murder for the killing of Madeline Soto.
The state attorney's office interviewed Jennifer Soto after her daughter's body was recovered. She said she did not know Stearns had been molesting the 13-year-old and did not know how Madeline died.
Basically, you have two warrants, so I'll let you know what those are.
Stearns, who faces the death penalty if convicted of killing Madeline, has pleaded not guilty to more than 60 criminal charges, including child pornography possession, sexual battery on a child, and first-degree murder.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the mother, though. The mother. What is wrong with that mother? Oh, we've got a timeline here that I'm going to read off, but let me come over into chat and just, what is wrong with that mother? Am I wrong? Should a mother be a little bit more than go upstairs and you two go upstairs and sleep upstairs? She knew what she was doing. You think Madeline was pregnant? Oh, jeez. I guess we'll know in the autopsy. Has that come out yet? She said she wanted to. Oh, honey, you go up and go to bed with Stefan now. I'd like 10 minutes with her. Right? What's wrong with her? You're supposed to protect your daughter from that stuff, not allow it to happen. Well, the hospital records just showed she... we won't get the report because... Oh, yeah, that's right. She's a minor. Depends on if there's a trial. Okay, let's go in. There's a timeline. This is Madeline Soto timeline. Everything we know so far about Florida teen's disappearance, homicide investigation. So the body of 19-year-old Madeline Soto was found in a grassy area of Ocala County, Florida, 5 days after she was reported missing. Officials said her mom's boyfriend, Stefan Stearns, is considered a prime suspect in her disappearance. He has been charged with dozens of charges related to ex abuse. And the body of Madeline Soto was found the afternoon of March 1st in St. Cloud after a week-long search. The 13-year-old body was found off of Old Hickory Tree Road in Ocala County at around 4:30 p.m. Officials said the body was wearing clothing similar to what she was last seen wearing. The Hunter Creek Middle School student was last seen at 8:30 a.m. on February 26th when her mother's boyfriend took her to school, or said he took her to school. Jennifer Soto, however, discovered later that day, hey, and if she wasn't in school, don't schools call and say, hey, your kid's not here? Or that's something that they used to do and they don't do now. Seems like the school would have, not that Jennifer would have cared, right? It seems like she didn't care when she showed up and she wasn't there. So anyway, days later, Jenn Soto's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns, was made the prime suspect. Officials said Stern, who remains in custody, allegedly moved her body. Here's a timeline of everything they know about the case. Sunday, February 25th, Madeline Soto's 13th birthday. I hope she had a good birthday, at least, maybe. I don't know. Monday, February 26th, 8:30 a.m. Maddie's supposedly driven to school by her mom's boyfriend, dropped off at a nearby church. 4:30 p.m., Madeline's mom, Jenn Soto, goes to pick up Maddie from Hunter Creek Middle School, finds out she did not attend class that day. 8 p.m., Madeline reported, they waited until 8 p.m. to do it? Jeez. Madeline reported missing. Orange County Sheriff's Office deputies meet mom at school, canvas area, and search with bloodhound. No success. Tuesday, February 27th, Madeline Soto missing poster. Eventual suspect Stearns appears in background of Fox 35 interview with mother. So they do an interview that day. Wednesday, February 28th, 3:30 p.m., Orange County Sheriff John Mina hosts press conference about ongoing search. And I will put the link to everything that we view during this live down in the description. You can, if you want to come, each of these things has a thing that you can click on and watch something. So each moment in this trial this has been heavily documented. So, and I will put the link for this for you, so you can go and look at it on your own if you want to. I'm probably going to go look at it some more on my own too. It's really good. Stearns arrested, 9:52 p.m. Stearns arrested on unrelated charges, named prime suspect in Madeline Soto case. Thursday, February 29th, 10 p.m. Body language expert assesses Stephen Stearns' body language in Zoom interview with Fox 35. Friday, March 1st, Stern dodges questions from Fox 35 while being transferred from Orange County to, I think it's Ocala County. Sheriff at 1 p.m., Sheriff Mina announces investigators are now confident missing 13-year-old Madeline Soto is no longer alive. 4:30 p.m., Madeline's body found off Hickory Tree Road. Saturday, March 2nd, Stern skips first court appearance. Tuesday, March 5th, 4:30 p.m., Florida Department of Law Enforcement asked to investigate after alleged crime scene photo from where Madeline was found was posted to sheriff's social media. Wednesday, March 6th, affidavit reveals details into charges filed against Stearns. Thursday, March 7th, community memorial held for Madeline at Peace Church, Orlando. Tuesday, March 12th, 60 more charges filed against Stearns related to photos and videos allegedly found on his cell phone. He has not been charged in Madeline's disappearance. Charges include actual battery, lewd, and lascivious charges and possession of child stuff that you should never possess. Thursday, March 21st, Kissimmee Police Chief Betty Holland provides an update on the investigation into Madeline's unaliving and her disappearance. Wednesday, April 24th, Stephen Stearns is charged with first-degree murder. So that is the timeline in a nutshell. It's insane. The twists and turns in this case, but I thought it would be to move on and look at the Jenn Soto police interview with Vinnie Politan. We're not going to look at the whole thing, but we're going to kind of look at, I have to include something of the mom tonight, because what is wrong with this mother? What is wrong with her? So we need to take a little peek into this mother and to see what is going on and why this mother would behave this way. Okay. Whoops, wrong thing. That's not right. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, I guess that is right. Wait, is this right? Hold on a second, you guys. This is the right one. Okay. There is the hurricane is coming, and it's
was that it would be.
Ooh, it's starting, the wind is starting to pick up a little bit outside, so my internet is a little glitchy.
Be her last day on Earth alive. After the party, Madeline was dropped off by a relative at her home. Her mom, Jenn, wasn't there because she was working. In fact, her mom had missed the party. So instead, her mom's on-again, off-again live-in boyfriend, Stephen Stearns, came over to watch Madeline and make sure she got ready for bed, because the next day was Monday, a school day. Jenn got home around 10 and everyone went to bed around 11. The next day, Stephen was supposed to drive Madeline to school. He said he dropped her off, but Madeline never made it. Later that
we're going to go forward because we've already covered this part of the case.
Was Stefan here at that time? I'm not sure if he was here at the time, but I think he got here a little bit after. And he was like, okay, she was already doing what she was supposed to. She had taken her nighttime meds and she was getting ready for bed, like taking a shower. She'd take showers at night. So he's like, okay, she was already on it. I didn't get home until, I'm going to say 10:30.
Okay.
And then at 11, I sent them to bed.
Did Stefan make it to the party?
No.
Okay. And then once you get here, you said you sent her to bed at 11. And the following morning, well, I'm sorry, let me backtrack a little bit. You send them upstairs, right? How many bedrooms are upstairs?
3.
Okay. Where?
In bedroom number 4.
Okay. And what about Stefan?
Bedroom number 4.
Okay. Is it normal for both of them to sleep in the same room?
Sometimes when I really need a good night's sleep, I will send them upstairs. But when
you can tell that's not normal, the police officer asking that, because she goes, is it normal for them to sleep in the same room? Like the room went up an octave. Like, is that normal to sleep in the same room? Because no, it's not. No, it's not. The answer is no.
Also, a lot of times we will sleep together in the king size bed, all three of us. Or sometimes Stefan will go upstairs and our bed alone. So it just really depends on what's going on that night with our schedules and what we're doing.
Okay, where were you sleeping?
Downstairs in the king size bed.
Now, all the times that you hear the audio get muted there, that's where they're using, we believe, Madeline's name. So they're redacting the audio. But as you listen to that, as everyone's listening to that, I think there's a level of disbelief and a level of, are you kidding me, going on.
Yeah.
That she sent them to bed, that she sent her on again, off again, live-in boyfriend, Stefan Stearns, to another floor of the home to be alone in bed with her daughter, 13 years old. And the moment everyone heard that, questions, and one big question, which is my first question tonight, and it's all about Madeline's mom. Will Jenn Soto be charged? That's been the biggest question, I think, here since the arrest of Stefan Stearns. And now with the release of this audio and understanding the dynamics going on here, it's a legitimate question. So let's bring in some guests to help answer that. Joining us in Orlando, Florida, WFTV investigative reporter on top of this story from the beginning, folks, Shannon Butler is with us. Also joining us, human behavior expert and jury consultant Susan Constantine, who's been evaluating Jenn and Stefan since the beginning as well. Thank you both for being here. Okay, I have to begin with you, Shannon.
I'm surprised she hasn't been arrested, but I guess they must have nothing on her.
Because I know you exclusively received some information on this very question about will Jenn Soto be charged? What did you find out?
Well, we have been trying to kind of figure out what the involvement was, if there was any, since the beginning of this case. And people have been pretty reluctant to say much about Jenn Soto. Most of that focus, of course, has been on Stefan Stearns. But we finally got multiple sources to tell us that at this point, Jenn Soto will not be charged with the crime. They did not find anything criminal in the evidence that they found in this case. I know this is not what people wanted to hear. I broke this news yesterday. I've had dozens of emails of people who just don't understand how this could be. But at this point, investigators say, well, listen, if we find something else, I mean, that could always change. But as we stand today, as we stand right now, Stefan Stearns will be the only one charged in this case.
Okay, Susan Constantine, in that statement where she's explaining the dynamics of my boyfriend, I sent them to bed. What are you hearing from her in the way she's explaining this arrangement? Does it sound to you like she knows what could be potentially happening upstairs in that room?
Well, the thing that's what really struck me, Vinny, was the word sent. She's sending them upstairs to the bedroom, which is
like she told them to get out, to go upstairs. Ugh.
really odd, which is like, were they both sitting there eating popcorn and all of a sudden she says, okay, it's bedtime. You need to go upstairs. And she goes downstairs. The family dynamic is really unusual. I mean, I think we all agree with that. So did she know? I, as a mother, would say, how could she not know? She had to have known something. I mean, listen, she's a single woman. She has had issues with him in the past. You can't tell me that at some point in time that she didn't pick up his phone and see photos or something's unusual. Not only that, let's just look at it from a practical standpoint. These two are in a relationship. If he's attracted to young girls, it is a soup du jour. He likes a certain type. So what was their sex life like? That's what I'd like to know. Because if she's sleeping downstairs and her daughter's upstairs, and then when do they have to, their time together? Seems like a really odd thing. And I know I actually watched Shannon last night on TV, by the way. She's my local news reporter. And I heard her state that there was no charges at this point. But that doesn't mean, and I know Shannon knows this too, doesn't mean that may not come about at some point.
Yeah. And
okay, so Pauline says, Jenn Soto sounds so calm, but I think it's because she's completely disattached from her daughter. Absolutely no maternal bond. None. I don't think, yeah. I think she was letting him do whatever he wanted to with her, and also letting him raise her, take her to school, take her to school. And yeah, she wanted to live out in the woods because of, oh gosh, my heart breaks for her.
And looking at it from my perspective as a former prosecutor, you need proof that she knew, right? If she's not going to admit that she knew what was going to happen or what Stephen was potentially doing to his daughter, you have to have some evidence of it. So it's either got to come from someone else, an electronic communication, some acknowledgement. And that's the piece I don't think that they have found anywhere, because if they did, I'm sure they would perhaps charge her. Now, there's another interesting part of this that I want to play from her interview, where her car is then tracked kind of going back towards the scene later that night. Mm-hmm. Listen to what she says about her car.
Yeah, what's going on with her car?
Stefan went out sometime in the middle of the night and went searching, cruising around to see if he could figure out where she might be.
What car was he driving?
My car.
Was anybody driving Stefan's car?
No, just Stefan.
And what time was he out?
I have no idea. I fell asleep. But I know he drove my car because when I got into it, I said, oh, the seat adjusted. Did you drive my car? He goes, yeah, remember I said I was going to take a drive? So now I had to go search for her because he does have like insomnia. He can't sleep at night sometimes. And especially like, that's what's going on right now. But I'm not sure what time he may have come in or out. But if you guys look at my gate clicker, you need that to come in the front gate. You can see what times he may have come in and out.
All right, Shannon, put a little more context on this alleged trip that I guess Stefan is taking in Jenn's car, according to Jenn.
Well, a couple of things. If you remember from some other statements he had made, because we always thought this was weird, they didn't go out and search for her. He said he didn't search, right? So then we know in that area where Madeline Soto's body was found that there was, his car was tracked there and Jenn Soto's car was tracked thereafter. And we had a lot of questions about, well, what does that mean? Did Jenn Soto drive down there? Did he drive the car? We suspected it was him because at that time we were getting indications that she was not going to be charged. This now explains, if he left in the middle of the night to go look for her, that's where he was.
Okay, our guests are staying with us. Coming up next, does Jenn Soto's story make sense?
But on his way to school, she was very sleepy and wanted to sleep in the car. And she said she did not want to do McDonald's. She just wanted to be dropped off.
What kid just decides, I don't want McDonald's. You can just drop me off at school. That doesn't happen either. Hi, Maria. Maria Corleva Realtor. Sorry, I butchered that. She says they cleared all their encrypted messages from their phones. That's why there's no evidence. Jenn Soto shakes with fear, and Stephen is, we are all in behind her in interviews. All her reactions make sense. So you're saying that she knew what was going on, and so all her reactions make complete sense because she completely knew her child was, I mean, you go at 4:30 and you wait until 8 o'clock to call the police. That seems like a long time to wait for me. But I don't know. She makes every excuse for him and shows emotion, but as soon as she's asked about Madeline, she has zero emotion. Is she still standing by Stephen, even though he's been charged, or is she not standing by him?
Coming soon.
Downstairs. Yes. In the master. Okay. What time did you wake up?
I'm going to say around 8 o'clock in the morning. Stefan came into the room and was trying to put the leash on the dog. Somewhere between, I'm going to say somewhere between, he came into the room somewhere between 8 and 8:15. He came in to put the leash on the dog, and I got up to try to help him because my dog is kind of a nervous dog and I didn't want him to pee on the bed. So we wrangled him, put him on his leash, and he said, go back to sleep. And I said, okay. So I laid back and went back to sleep.
Okay.
I heard people in the kitchen. I'm not sure exactly who was in the kitchen. As far as I know, I came downstairs to get ready in her. So she's got She's standing at a bedroom in the living room. If you go into the apartment, you'll see there's like one of those fake walls. Separating half the bedroom. She's got like a desk with a bedroom and a TV and a dresser. But she'll hang out there during the day, but she never sleeps there. She always sleeps with me, and then the rare occasion upstairs. But most of the time it's with me.
Okay. Did you see her on Monday morning?
Visually see her? No.
Did you hear her?
I heard many people in the kitchen. I'm not sure if it was my roommate or her specifically.
Okay, is your roommate a male or a female?
Female.
Okay.
They're both females.
When was the last time you physically saw?
Wednesday, 11 o'clock. I'm sorry, Sunday, 11 o'clock.
Sunday when you sent her to bed? Okay.
I'm pretty sure I woke up around 9 o'clock in the morning, and then I left at 9:30. I had an appointment. I had a doctor's appointment at like 10:15, but they took a while. And then by the time they did my blood work and whatever, I think I got home somewhere between 11 and 11:15.
Okay. When you got back, was Stefan here?
I'm pretty sure he was, yeah.
What was he doing?
Just sitting in my room. At my computer desk on his phone.
Okay. What did you guys do?
We chatted for a little bit. I asked him what had happened because he had called me earlier at 10. Let me see. Pretty sure he called me around 10:18.
What did he call you for?
To let me know. To let me know that he didn't go to McDonald's as planned. He had asked her multiple times if she wanted to stop at McDonald's because that was the plan the night before. That they were going to wake up early. He was going to take her to McDonald's, do like a special McDonald's breakfast, and then drop her off at school early because she wanted to get there a little early. But on his way to school, she was very sleepy and wanted to sleep in the car. And she said she did not want to do McDonald's. She just wanted to be dropped off.
Okay.
Also to let me know that he left his phone at home because I had called him multiple times and he had picked up. He had left his phone at home by accident. He had went to the vape shop, but they didn't open on time. So he had waited for quite a while in front of the vape shop. They didn't open, so he left and came back and we hung out a little bit. And then I think he left again to the vape shop to go buy what he needed.
All right, there's a lot going on in Jenn Soto's story, which brings me to our next question about the story, which is, does Jenn Soto's story make sense?
No.
Is it consistent with the other evidence we know? How about the way she's telling the story, what she's saying? Does it make sense? Still with me, investigative reporter Shannon Butler and human behavior expert Susan Constantine. Okay, I'll begin with you, Shannon. Anything in her story that's sort of out of sync with some of the other evidence?
Does it make sense to any of you? It makes zero sense to me.
Evidence in the case or other statements that she may have made?
Yeah, the statements never really lined up. If you look at what just in that audio clip, she said she woke up at 8, then she said she woke up at 9. She had the doctor's appointment. There have been, other statements where she did say that she saw Madeline get ready for school in the morning. Then there was another statement along with this one that said she didn't see her the night before. She doesn't remember the timeline very well, but when she tells the story about what Stefan did that day, that's the same story that he told investigators.
That did end the poll. There was a poll asking if you guys had heard of this case. 75% said yes, 15% said not really, but I'm sort of familiar, and 10% said no, with 20 of you voting.
That clearly is what he told her too, and she was just repeating the story that he told. It seemed, if without knowing the facts that if you listen to that, it seems like she was very detailed and believed exactly what happened that morning. We don't know if she did or she didn't, but she's very, very calm. We have been told that she has some medication, and you hear in some of these statements, and if you listen to more of these interviews, she talks about the medicine. So I don't know what kind of effect that has. I believe they believe that it had some kind
What medication? I wonder what medication was it?
Kind of effect, and why she even admits, I'm a little spacey here because I took my medicine. So I know people think that she's too calm in these interviews. She doesn't show any emotion. And I mean, that's most of the comments we get is how her daughter's missing. How is she so calm? And those are the excuses that, she gives, that she's a little spacey.
Susan Constantine, as you listen to her tell her story, does her story make sense? Does the way she tells the story make sense?
So when you look at the language and you put it on a sheet of paper and you're analyzing it from sentence to sentence, and you're putting on the sides each one of these timelines, and then you compare it to the language, the pausing, and having to refer back and forgetting to, and then adding a new timeline. All those timelines are super important. So when I'm listening to that, I'm going, these timelines have some significance, and we really need to find out why. The one of the things that what really pointed out to me was the question that was asked is that, did she see Stefan? She said, well, I'm pretty sure I did. And then she says that she saw him sitting at the computer, and he was just at the computer, and they were just chatting it up. So she just got done saying one thing, and then she dismissed that and went to another direction. So Shannon was right on. And what she's doing is she's parroting the language and the chronological events that occurred, because she's repeating back what Stefan said. So you can see that correlation there. Yes, she sounds really calm. One of the things that we did, and you know that we do this at my company here, is that I analyze the voice and I analyze the language, and we do a behavioral analysis all in one. And there's deception all throughout. She scored very low, meaning that there was high levels of deception in her statement. So when you're listening to her tonality, she doesn't seem nervous. Now, yes, maybe she's on medication. It may calm some of her nerves down, but this is not a frantic parent. I don't hear any of that. It certainly doesn't move me to feel any.
We're out of time. Susan Constantine, Shannon Butler, thank you so much.
Definitely not a frantic parent. And the police are saying that they don't plan on charging Jennifer. Make sure you're seeing it. Yeah, you are. Madeline Soto case, police have no plans to charge Jennifer Soto, sources say. But this was back in August, but still she hasn't been charged. The Kissimmee Police Department has no plans to file charges against Jennifer Soto, the mother of, and I keep forgetting that August was just last month. August seems like it was so far away, but it was just last month. The mother of Madeline Soto, a 13-year-old girl whose body was discovered earlier this year. Sources told Channel 9 Shannon Butler that Jennifer Soto has done nothing criminal so far. She will not face charges. Channel 9 has obtained a video recording of Orange County Sheriff's Office detectives interviewing Jennifer Soto at 11:30 p.m. February 27th after her daughter was reported missing. Madeline Soto was reported missing after Hunters Creek Middle School, where Maddie attended. She wasn't there. And basically, she's just not going to be charged. During the interview, the sheriff's office questioned Jennifer Soto about the relationship between Stefan Stearns and Maddie Soto. When asked if it was normal for the pair to sleep in the same room, she responded by saying, "Sometimes when I really need a good night's sleep, I will send them upstairs." Just makes my skin crawl that she would say that, I will send them upstairs. But when a lot of times we will sleep together in the king size bed, all three of us, or sometimes Stefan will go upstairs and share a bed alone. So it just really depends on what's going on that night with our schedules and what we're doing. So according to the interview, Jennifer Soto did not see Madeline Soto on the morning that the girl vanished, because Jennifer Soto thought that her daughter was getting ready for school while Jennifer Soto went into a doctor's appointment. When Jenn returned home, Stearns was also home, and they chatted for a bit and asked why he had called her earlier around 10:18 a.m. Investigators said that was not true, as Stearns had already been driving out of the apartment complex with Madeline Soto's body slumped over in the front seat of the vehicle. Jennifer Soto told deputies that she began to worry when her daughter didn't come home from school and wasn't there all day. Well, During the interview, Jenn Soto's answers were hard to come by, as she told investigators that she had taken medicine and was a little spacey. Deputies have not found any evidence to charge her at this time. I wonder what the medication was that she was taking that made her spacey. Does anyone know what the medication was that she says that she took? Well, that's all I have for tonight. We're going to just keep it short and simple with the opening of the case. We're going to go into the interrogations next and dive into them. It appears that there are a few from Jenn. I think there's a few from Stefan. And, I did want to share this really quick. Madeline Soto's, I know some said that during her investigation, maybe this is a new investigation before this was written, but here she's saying that she was oblivious to boyfriend's alleged ex abuse, even though they all shared bed. So the mom says that she wasn't aware of that happening. Even though they shared a bed. So here she is denying it. It says during the nearly 3-hour interview clip, an investigator references Jennifer's claim that she, her boyfriend, and Madeline all slept in the same bed together and expressed suspicious that Jennifer knew about her boyfriend's alleged ex abuse. It seems like some of your emotions are not sincere, the investigator says to Jennifer. I feel like some of your sadness is not real sadness, he adds. Jennifer, who broke down in tears at times during the interview, pushes back. If I knew anything, I promise you I would tell you, she says, offering to take a lie detector test. I've never seen any signs. I tried watching her like a hawk. Why was she watching her? Shouldn't she be watching him like a hawk? I thought I was doing a good job, but I wasn't, she says, breaking down. I was oblivious to everything for 4 years. In August, the sheriff's office released, I guess she should be watching them both at like a hawk, but should you have to watch like a hawk if you trust the partner that you're with? And should you be with somebody you can't trust if you have a 13-year-old daughter? A lot of questions. I've never seen any signs. I tried watching her like a anyway. In August, the sheriff's office released a case supplement report. The report claims that upon learning that police found photos and videos showing Stearns allegedly abusing children. Yeah, so the mother claims that she didn't see it happening. Here's the hotline if you suspect any abuse, 1-800-4-A-CHILD, 1-800-422-4453. Okay, guys, that is the start of this case. I know it's a hard one. I didn't realize it was so hard, or I would have done a trigger warning for you guys, but seems like most of you knew about this case. I think we've got Laura Lynn. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. And we love you back. We really love you back. Laura Lynn is our new wrench. I've got the best wrenches. I've got Laura Lynn, I've got Chris C, and I've got Heaven Lee. Thank you, ladies, for being here and helping me out. I couldn't do it without you, and I love you three. I love all of you guys. You guys make this well worth it. I wouldn't be able to do it without any of you because you are all truly amazing. This case is a lot. So go and find something beautiful to watch. I like to go and watch elephants. So go watch whatever makes you happy. Don't go to bed with this on your brain. Yeah, so I'm going to go. I love you guys. Good night, Pauline. I hope that you are healing nicely. Licia, good night. Who else do we have? Maria Korea Leva, realtor. Hollywood. Who else? I think I saw Main Chick Carrie. I'm not really sure what was going on with you, Main Chick Carrie, but I hope you're okay. Cats was here. If I missed you, I'm so sorry, but thank you for stopping by. Thank you everyone for being here. If nobody's told you this today, I'm telling you this, and even if somebody has, I'm still going to tell you this. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. Welcome to Parawomenradio. I'm Amy.
Carefully strumming this old guitar, words rolling out into the fire. Never ask why my heart burned blue. Here in the haze where you inspire me. Here in the darkness I hear my cue. Time to find some solitude. Here where my soul bleeds openly, deep in the heart of sin and you. Here in the blue, I'm falling deep into you. Here in the blue, I'm dancing with you tonight, and it feels fine. Carefully strumming this old guitar again.